in 2017, new legislation was passed that updated the process safety regulations in the state of California, giving the employees that work at these facilities more say and more input into how these things are run, which is only proper because we're the ones dealing with it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So employee participation is a huge piece that's come out of the new legislation.
That means that the workers at the ground level participate and have a say-so in their daily work lives, basically to keep safe and to keep out of harm's way.
What we ended up winning was the right of workers to select their representatives, to participate throughout all phases of all elements of process safety decision-making at the refineries.
So one of the most important sections in the process safety regulations is employee participation. That's a right we have, and it's also a responsibility we have.
We now have the right to choose our own people. So back in the day, we didn't have an opportunity to use what we thought were our best representatives versus the supervisor's buddy.
And Section Q lays out the degree and the depth of employee participation. And each of the other standards will mention that there's supposed to be employee participation in everything from how we deal with contractors to confined space to MOCs to MOOCs, management of organizational change.
There are folks in the facility that have been there 20, 25, 30, 35 years, and we weren't taking advantage of that.
You could walk down the concrete and you could feel the difference in a vibration on a pump because you're out there all the time.
We are there. We're in the plant. We see what works, what doesn't work. We see what's problematic and what's not.
They're the ones walking through the plants on a 12-hour basis, and they know what's right. They know when something's not right.
Our folks see the things that happen at 2 a.m. in the morning that a textbook doesn't teach an engineer.
Telling the management and engineers, this is right, this is wrong, because we're the ones that see it on a daily basis.
And so no longer will we have managers making decisions behind closed doors where they could have skewed priorities and devalue safety and underinvest in safety because nobody's watching.
Operators are going to do everything they can in their power to keep something running.
Stop work authority is one of the bigger tools we have that we should use. It's a right, it's a responsibility. If things are moving in a way that you don't feel comfortable with, you and your coworkers have talked about it and it doesn't seem like the right thing to do, stop the work, step back and reassess.
A leak, right? You have a leak in a line, it's time to pull the plug. And it may involve just bypassing maybe that one piece of equipment, taking it offline, or it may involve shutting down a whole unit.
If you see someone starting out to do a task that doesn't seem safe, stop it. If you come across work that's already going on and the right paperwork's not there, they're on an incorrect piece of pipe, they're supposed to be working somewhere else rather than where they are, stop that work. If you are in a PSSR, a pre-safety startup review, and they've left out steps, stop that. It's not just for physical work being done in the yard, but it can be used in a PSSR, it can be used in a number of different places where things aren't going as they should be.
And the problem with every time you exercise a stop work authority, hopefully nothing happens because you've managed to get the process shut down. The next problem is that Monday morning quarterback. Then everybody wants to second guess you. Well, nothing happened. Well, one, nothing happened because we stopped the process before it went that far, right? And two, you're better safe than sorry, right? I mean, we've averted what could have been a serious incident.
Oftentimes, employees feel pressure when it comes to stop work. No one wants to be the bad guy. Oftentimes, a lot of new employees are on a probationary period, and they're trying to keep their jobs. They got families to support, house notes to pay, and they'll just take their chances to stay employed. And when that happens, we need to step up, understand what their issue is from a safety perspective, and try and mitigate the situation.
It can be a scary thing to say, hey, I'm stopping this work. And if you're in that situation and you're unsure, call the process safety rep, call your health and safety rep, get an outside voice to come in.
The regulation requires employee participation with the employee selected by the representatives throughout all phases of every element of process safety management. And that is the lifeblood of the regulation. That's what breathes life into it, and that's what drives the accountability of the management's decision making. It brings the union to the table, and it ensures that our priorities are heard.
Regardless of what management wants to do on our side, we are at the table. We have a say now. Management has the ultimate responsibility for the safe operation of the facility, but we have a responsibility, and now we have a say in that as well. These new rules have given us more control now, have given us more of a say-so. It makes it safer for us because we have that input, and by extension it makes it safer for the surrounding community.
Employee participation is the power of this regulation. We fought to get back that power, and now we must protect it and fight for the lives of our communities and our workers.